Come see us doing live shows. We'll be in Los Angeles, Honolulu, Baltimore, Atlantic City, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and only jimmydore.com. So you know how they tell us that the Ukraine war is about liberating the people of Ukraine from the iron fist of Russia? Well, it looks like some people love big fist, but what But with the wars, they're for morals and they're for values. That's what they tell us. But here's Lindsey Graham to tell you what they're really about. They're about the value of rare earth minerals, not about morals and values, but about money. Because whenever there's a war, there's a lot of economic interests that diverge, that come together. So here is Lindsey Graham going to tell you exactly why we're in Ukraine. And it's amazing how people who are Democrats still believe this lie about the Ukraine war, that we're there because Putin's a thug and we got to save the people of Ukraine. We are using the people of Ukraine as cannon fodder to enrich Western corporations. And
best
Lindsey,
money we ever spent.
Well, here we go. And he's going to let the cat out of the bag. Watch this.
Ukraine is still standing. This war is about Ukraine is still standing. This war is about money. People don't talk much about it, but you know the rich.
It's about money, y'all. People don't talk about money enough. I could take or leave the killing. My tummy's already full of blood. Now I'm craving some rare earth minerals.
I could peek at a dessert menu of minerals.
That little old rent boy Zelensky gonna give up them good minerals, y'all. Oh, here, watch this.
He dances.
Watch this.
Ukraine is still standing. This war is about money. People don't talk much about it, but you know the richest country in all of Europe for rare earth minerals is Ukraine. $2 to $7 trillion worth of minerals that are rare earth minerals, very relevant to the 21st century. Ukraine's ready to do a deal with us, not the Russians. So it's in our interest to make sure that Russia doesn't take over the place. It's the breadbasket of really the developing world. 50% of all the food going to Africa comes out of Ukraine. We can make money and have an economic relationship with Ukraine that'd be very beneficial to us with peace. So Donald Trump's going to do a deal to get our money back, to enrich ourselves with rare earth minerals, a good deal for Ukraine and us. And he's going to bring peace. And Biden's been a disaster when it comes to containing bad guys.
So there it is. Wow. He just says it.
The ball's on Miss Lindsey.
He just says it. And they have stuff like lithium. They have stuff like titanium. Like they have some of the biggest reserves in the world of stuff like that.
You ever hear Neptunium? It's very rare.
All the stuff that you need to make computer chips, the stuff you need to make cell phones and electric cars, and all that stuff is in Ukraine.
Excited.
That's right. Now China has cornered the market on that stuff, and so this again is another, and it's just this is just a proxy war for all that stuff. So if you think that we care about the Ukrainian people, you are the chump of all chumps, and you've learned nothing from Iraq. Nothing from Iraq the first time, the second time, nothing from Libya, nothing from Syria, nothing from 20 years of occupation of Afghanistan. You've learned nothing.
Yes, I have, Jimmy. Get the minerals this time.
And it's amazing. People still think, and nobody will engage me in conversation. I have people DM me stuff about Ukraine like that I've known for 25 years, like somehow I'm wrong about it. They're the most dumbest, easily propagandized people in the world are Democrat voters. People, you know why he's talking?
Jimmy.
You know why he's talking about money on Fox News? Because the Fox News viewers aren't on board for the Ukraine war.
They like money, yeah.
So he's trying to convince them. Look, it's all about money. It's going to be good for us. That's why he's doing that.
Well, he's pretending he's like, I want a peace the whole time. I was just in it for the minerals.
Yep.
War, peace. As long as we get them minerals, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
My friend Afshin Ratanzi, who I just did his show, he said it wasn't about defending Ukraine's sovereignty. It wasn't about, I should say it like him. It wasn't about defending Ukraine's sovereignty. It wasn't about defending democracy. It was an economic proxy war to create a disaster for the United States vulture capitalists to pillage and exploit the resources of yet another country.
Yeah, this guy gets it. He's not disagreeing with Lindsey.
He's not.
Lindsey's on the same side.
No, he's just describing what Lindsey Graham's plan is. His job here. It was an economic proxy war, the Ukraine war, an economic proxy war by the United States and NATO to create a disaster, which is what it did. And so the U.S. vulture capitalists can come in and pillage and exploit the resources of yet another. They've already sold off half the farmland in Ukraine. This is about making it a profit for, who do you think? BlackRock?
All the good ones, yeah. Everything with black in the title.
That's right.
Blackstone, BlackRock.
All that lucrative money making that's going to help all of us, y'all.
BlackRock, Blackstone, Black Phillip, the satanic goat.
Here it is. BlackRock and JP Morgan are backing a $15 billion investor fund to rebuild Ukraine. Wow. Struggling American families are backing a $15 billion investor fund to rebuild Ukraine, laundered through BlackRock and JP Morgan. That's what the title of that article should be. It's amazing.
Wow.
Look at all that lucrative money making, y'all. Look at it.
Yeah.
You got to remember, they're using our money. They don't have separate currency. What's that?
We're going to get the money. I mean, you're not going to get it
That's
back.
right.
We're
You're not.
gonna get it
That's
back.
right. It's going to go back to the people who own the politicians and the politicians.
Yeah. He says us like it somehow benefits anyone living here.
Here is Tucker Carlson with a guest on. Her name escapes me, but he's going to read a tweet of hers that tells you exactly what's happening in Ukraine.
So this is a tweet from me. I don't normally read people's tweets, but in standing with Ukraine, the Biden-Harris administration convinced them, Ukraine, to abandon a peace deal that would have ceded only half of the territory that Russia now occupies. And for that opportunity to lose twice as much of their homeland, they paid with tens of thousands of innocent lives. We did this to control the 11 trillion of minerals under the Donbass. We did it to grind down the Russian war machine on the grist of Ukrainian teenagers. We did it to hand out hundreds of billions of dollars to U.S. hedge funds who are, as we speak, carving up rights to Ukraine's fertile soil and vast mineral resources. The truth is the United States has never stood with the people of Ukraine. That is simply a jingle, an ad campaign broadcast to those who have never been there, designed to sell taxpayers on the appeal of prolonging war for profit. We have cost Ukraine her territory. We have cost Ukraine her children. The war hawks and the bankers are no friends to Ukraine. Whoa!
Here's Lindsey Graham saying that we're going to fight to the last Ukrainian. Let's watch.
She just said what I've been saying.
Here's the strategy. Everybody in Ukraine's strategy is to fight to the last person. We finally have an ally
We're going to fight to the last person.
Oh, not men anymore. Pregnant women, they got to fight too.
I mean, not to the last one. You should save a couple of men, wink, wink, if you know what I'm talking about, right?
Hey,
come on.
Send a couple of them little old pregnant ladies and save a couple of men for me.
Seriously, though, we're killing off all their men to get some minerals, y'all.
We should rule with an oiled fist.
fight. We haven't lost one American in the fight to liberate Ukraine.
We haven't lost one American, y'all, except domestically while we send all their money to another country, y'all.
I don't care if anybody living here.
Y'all.
They don't have minerals. They don't have minerals inside them. I've opened them up and looked.
And this is a bird's eye view of the compartmentalized mind of a psychopath.
Hey, you ever been to an Abercrombie and Fitch party?
I mean, you listen to him, he has no idea that he's actually even saying anything wrong. He thinks it's totally normal to welcome the extinction of a whole generation of Ukrainians to get all the material goods that you and I want.
It wasn't no Americans, y'all. By the way, we have lost Americans. What is he talking about?
So we finally have an ally willing to commit suicide so we can have rare earth minerals for our cell phones and electric cars, y'all.
You ever hear of a crash dummy? It's prison talk.
Don't
They
you
all kinds of silly phrases.
don't you dare fuck this deal up by caring about the people. So it just blows my mind that there are grown-up people that I've known all my life who fell for the Ukraine war bullshit. Well, of course,
why?
Kyle and Crystal did. Of course they did.
No, Kyle did. Crystal didn't. Kyle is like a puppet. All your friends, look, whatever you people think North Korea is, that's what they are. Controlled, mind-controlled puppets. We have a very sophisticated version of mind control, not the primitive North Korea kind where they all clap at the same time. We have a kind that's a little bit looser and more high-tech. That's why we make fun of them, because their method of control, they spy on you all day in North Korea. Do they? They spy on their
Oh, my
citizens?
God.
You don't say. They'll just put you in a prison and watch you. Do they do that there? It's mind control. It's called mind control or crowd control if people are uncomfortable with the phrase mind control, which is a real thing they've never given up on, and it works. It works. And if you're wondering the mystery of how someone could cut off their family on Thanksgiving over this shit, now you know.
Now you know. It is mind control, and they never stopped. And it's been going on since they invented the CIA, and that was right after World War II, and they immediately infiltrated any social movement that had anything to do with economics to help people. And they made sure that you did emphasize the economics, but they ramped up the cultural side. So we all fight over it.
What do you think the 60s were? You know, Yoko was from an aristocratic family. Did you know that? And she's the one that got John Lennon back on acid and got him to try heroin because she was a control there to sabotage him. The 27 Club of all the musicians that all die at 27, and people act like it's some magical thing. Do you think it is magic, or do you think it's because they're very deeply involved in all the pop culture on purpose? And when these people outlive their usefulness, they go away. They die. They all hang themselves. There's the same thing keeps happening over and over again. A CIA guy just admitted to killing Bob Marley on his deathbed. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. I mean, the guy, Mark David Chapman, that shot John Lennon, who's obsessed with Catcher in the Rye, that's another Sirhan.
Yes.
That's what all this stuff is.
Come see us doing live shows. We'll be in Los Angeles, Honolulu, Baltimore, Atlantic City, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and only jimmydore.com.